Come and play with us. Forever and ever and ever.
Hey, buddy, watch this.
All right, let's talk about Odd Demon Hunter. Twin Slice got nerfed to 1 mana, which debatably a nerf so far, but in wild format in particular, Odd Demon Hunter can only run odd cards. 0 mana, not odd. 1 mana is, which means Twin Slice now a possibility in Odd Demon Hunter. And that seems like a pretty significant buff to a deck that's already amazing. Odd Demon Hunter is just dominant in wild, and it might have just gotten better, which is crazy. So we're testing out this list here from Get Meowth, a famed wild player, very skilled, put this together. It's pretty standard Odd Demon Hunter fare here, just with some 1 mana Twin Slices in there. And with starts like this, you can see why this deck has a lot of potential. Like, oh my gosh, we're just flying. Now, of course, I have been playing a little bit of wild lately. Not hyper competitively, as you can probably tell from the rank and such. We're just playing meme decks and goofing around. So I don't know the wild meta incredibly well, but I have to imagine we're still going to be able to figure out some pretty cool stuff. We want to hero power pretty consistently, so
Hey, I got you, friend.
I think I will trade into that mini to preserve my other lowly squire here, giving up a little bit of face damage, but for potential upside long term. But I don't know, like, priest removal package in wild, for instance, right now. Are they at that 2 health breakpoint with, you know, Breath of the Infinite's what I'd be looking for in standard, but in wild, I don't know. I don't know. But certainly Shadow Weaver, hero power next turn creates a lot of pressure. Holy Nova maybe here anyway. Yeah, just a Holy Nova. Okay. So we lose a little, but we're still hitting really, really hard. And although this face freeze does nothing, I think there's just a lot of value in getting the 4/3 body on board there. So we do have Baku in hand, which is a little lame, gotta say. All right, what do you got for us, Priest? Loot Order Holy Nova. I mean, I guess that's probably just Raza and Priest. It looks like pretty standard stuff. I think they have that Loot Order in there for the cheap cycle, cheap card draw. Oh my god. Oh, it's a real shame that didn't hit Baku. Like, I'm still pretty pumped to get a free 6/4 on board, to be honest, because we were going to play the Warglaves anyway. I think that's all fine, but Baku would have been nuts. And we're like close to lethal here. Like, just the double Twin Slice next turn is already 7 damage, plus our hero power is 9 damage, plus we have 10 on board. And it's turn 5. It's only turn 5. What can he do? There's no way he wins this, right? There's 0 chance. There's no getting out of this. Okay, yeah, you cleared 1 unit. You're gonna renew, putting yourself to 9, but I have that just from hand. And that was with the low roll, right? That was with the Baku not getting pulled. So, man, Twin Slice at 1 mana OP, dude. Don't even need the minion on board. Jeez, this deck. Twin Slice felt great. Yeah, it's just 4 damage now instead of only 2. That was fantastic. Well, looks like I'm a competitive wild player now, folks. We did it. I-Beam seems like it might be nice to answer some aggression from Warrior. I don't know, but I think Pirate Warrior's probably going to be our most common threat in wild, right? So I'm imagining them getting out to some quick starts. Pretty happy we're not on coin here. I think having initiative is going to help a lot. And it seems like Lowly Squire... just universally better than Battle Fiend, right? Well, in the early game, I should say. Certainly Warglaves has enough. Can make Battle Fiend way better. But in the early game, this can attack before you attack. Gives you a little bit of variety in how those rolls can go and stuff. Okay, so we hero power down this. We can value trade here, and we can equip a Battle Fiend, or play a Battle Fiend. That I-Beam's going to be handy, like I said, against the aggression of Pirate Warrior, which is nice. Yeah. And Glacial Shard is something I'm probably going to want to use against a weapon later, not a minion now. I guess we're leaving him a decent trade here, but this is probably going to lock out the most damage later by hitting face. Now, you know, it's interesting. You kind of almost want minions to trade, right? You want his minions dying so that your minions get more value. He does have that weapon. We know that he wants to play on 3s, so I guess we're actually just going to go Glacial Shard right now. He's going to hold the Twin Slice. We don't have a lot of mana to spend anyway right now. Like in the rest of our hand. So And, you know, top deck, we're likely to draw a 3-drop or less. If we hit a 5-drop, it doesn't change anything anyway. We can Twin Slice next turn. So I just give the Livewire Lance anyway, despite being frozen. Oh, just to equip that. That makes sense. Oh, the Baku top deck is garbage here. I-beams are pretty efficient clear there. I lose the healing, but I do push a lot of damage. I can't really protect my Battle Fiend, unfortunately. It's a shame he got value out of the weapon even without it attacking. That sort of sucks. And I've drawn dead, man. Baku and Leroy are just like two completely stranded cards. I mean, imagine if I had a Shadow Weaver, Hinge Clan Thug, or Satyr Overseer right now. We'd be running this game out, just destroying him. Well, I mean, I could draw some 1-drops and use these next turn, I guess. I'm gonna wait. Gonna be patient. I'm trying to harken back to my old Odd Rogue days. I played Odd Rogue in Wild to top like 40 legend or something and finished on the leaderboard with Odd Rogue many moons ago, and it's got a pretty similar play pattern, right? Where you need to get damage through, but you also don't want to push a little too fast, can be risky. So trying to find that balance in a format I don't know very well right now. But I know that we're at 30 and he's at 13, and that's a very good sign. Unfortunately, we do have to push through that taunt. Satyr Overseer is pretty good, I guess, in the scheme of things, eh? And having this Twin Slice right now is pretty handy. I think we go ahead and push face. There is some logic to trading here, but I think since we have Leroy second slice in hand, that's 8. This is already 10, right? He's probably going to use that weapon to clear. Now, of course, he does have his hero power, but if he's spending mana hero powering, that just gives me more time to find even more damage outputs, right? Mercer Cash is irrelevant. He's not even using this weapon right now. He's got 3 charges left, right? Like, who cares? I'll be lucky to set up a trade, but why not use it on the thing that can't attack yet? Now he just took needless damage. I'm 1 off lethal right now. 1 mana and 1 health off lethal right now. If I go face with Leroy hero power, I do set up for lethal next turn, even when he hero powers. I don't ever die, right? It's only 4, 6, 8, 11 coming back. I think I just set up the lethal here. 13 coming back because of Leroy, of course, but that locks his board out, so he can't even play anything. He's going to summon minions anyway off the Shark Fin, but yeah, I think we just go. We don't certainly want to use the second slice here, because then we wouldn't have the damage over 2 turns. Hero power is certainly sufficient, though. Whoa, my mouse click dropped there. That was scary. So he can't. I guess he can't trade to create board space. Forgot about that. So, but he shouldn't. It shouldn't matter. We have a silence for a taunt if he somehow manages to find a taunt, and armor up's not enough, right? We're not gonna die. So how does he win? A lackey and a Titanic lackey would be good, but again, we have the silence. So, oh, Andy has to. He had to fill his board to do it because of the ship's cannon. So I don't know about playing that ship's cannon. If you're gonna go for the Titanic lackey as your only out, because he knows he's dead to my hand because he saw second slice hero power. So you can't play this if you're playing for Titanic lackey. So maybe a little misstep there, but man, I don't matter. It didn't matter for sure. We had it regardless. All right, well, we got Baku again. This is going exceedingly well. Do we keep the Twin Slice? I don't think so, right? Our hero power in Wild prevents us the same sort of reactivity early, so I think we want to just make sure we find some 1-drops. I'm going to keep the Satyr Overseer. I think that's certainly a great early to mid-game minion, but I want to hit a 1-drop, particularly to get things rolling, and then just higher quality cards on average. I don't really know exactly what Hunter's doing in Wild. It's doing even Hunter stuff. I don't know if that's standard or not to expect, but hey, it's cool. We'll save coin. I think to get to a 5-drop early could really help us, because otherwise we could get stuck. I'm not gonna, in other words, I'm not gonna coin to buff this right now. Shouldn't really matter much. Same with coining the Satyr Overseer. It's kind of pointless. This hand is pretty good, like mid-game scaling hand right now, but not a great early game pressure hand. So, you know, hitting a lowly Squire off the top here would be nice, or just a Battle Fiend, whatever. I'll take it all. I can't believe lowly Squire is a card that makes this much sense, by the way. It's kind of insane. All right, so I guess we have to test Explosive Trap here. Which, oh my god, it's Dart Trap. I did not know that was a thing. That's kind of amazing if you're playing Demon Hunters a lot. All right. I'm glad it hit face, of course, to preserve my minion there. On this play, certainly, if you know that Dart Trap's in the meta, Could always attack first there, but I mean, I imagine explosive traps in the meta too, so does it really make a difference? Now here, I think we're going to have to attack prior to... Well, I don't know. Are we going to coin here or not, actually? Let's think about that. Do we want to coin here to get a 2-2? Because then I break my turn 4 completely. Because right now I can go like coin Lotheb on 4, which could be nuts. So I think actually we might just beaming sidekick.
Hey, I got you.
And then attack face with hero power. We're going to throw away the beaming sidekick if this is an explosive trap, but I get 1 additional damage if it's something that enables this to attack, right? Which explosive trap does. So we basically trade the well, I had to play the sidekick first anyway if we want this to live, so that's irrelevant. Certainly the way to do it. It feels bad, kind of, but it's the best play. So we're down to 19, which is scary, but he's down to 21, which is probably even scarier for him, to be honest. Man, I am shocked to see this Snowflipper Penguin. It makes sense. You're 0 mana. I get it. I think we have to attack here again, and we're probably playing Satyr Overseer and saving that coin to coin into Priestess at this stage. Like, I don't think coin Lotheb matters much here. Because it doesn't really open up the Gladebound Adept either on 5. We could save coin for that as well, depending on board state and stuff. Okay. So this could be like a snipe or something to kill the Satyr Overseer. I hope it's not, because then we will have lost damage on this. But remember, I want to test like explosive trap first, because I don't want to kill all these. So there's some weird ordering here, obviously, but I think this is the best way to sequence this to get the 2-2, which is what we really care most about. And it seems like this is a minion-based secret, thankfully. So we can kill the Overseer here with a 3-3, obviously, but then we still have, you know, insane amount of damage on board. So if we'd known the secret, we could have, you know, maximized some damage output there, but obviously we don't, playing around the secrets. I'd say really no crazy bad rolls there. I mean, face might have honestly been a little bit scarier even than that minion. This is something I think I have to kill, actually. I think we might have to Gladebound this. The question is, do I take 3 here and try to preserve the board? Oh, but we know that's a minion-based secret. Ugh, gosh. That's a pain, isn't it? So attacking this is going to do something, right? It's going to generate... Well, it could be a cat trick, I guess. But it feels... Or a rat trap, I guess. So maybe we just have to kill it. Do I want to take the 3 damage is the real question, or am I willing to sacrifice this 2-2 for it? I think I'm willing to sacrifice the 2-2, and that way we can learn what the secret is, perhaps, before making a bigger decision. Oh, my. That's annoying as well. Gosh, this turn's pretty poor. Because this 2 attack doesn't really clean anything up, right? Ugh. So now this just clears the 6-4. But I think I have to do that still. The Dragonbane's just too significant of a threat. So now my turn 6 is a little wonky. I mean, Lotheb's probably always fine since he's running a lot of secrets and stuff. A lot of spells so far. I'm assuming this trades here. But how big of a threat can he develop? It's not a huge threat, but it's... Man, this race is like kind of getting out of hand a little bit for me, honestly. I'm losing the race right now. Oh my god, I'm super losing the race. Wow. I think I have to Gladebound Adepts now. Ooh, we can silence Lotheb maybe. Silence Lotheb might actually be the move. Into Priestess of Fury. If he plays a big minion, though, I'm still in trouble, man. I'm still taking a lot of damage. Ooh, we could go here, too, to freeze that. What am I more threatened by, right? The minions on board or potential spells that I shut down in hand? I think I'm more threatened by minions on board, aren't I? And this allows me to develop a little bit more counter pressure damage, right? Instead of only having 5, I now have 8 damage on board to push. So... with Gladebound, that's 12, 14 damage. If I found a Twin Slice next turn, this would actually set up lethal, assuming no sort of like, you know, explosive trap or whatever. And I think minions are what he's most likely to play, right? He did have a spell there again to buff that. Oh boy. I need that silence again. That's really big. I need to kill that maybe. Warglaves, is that ever a lethal here? It's not a lethal, but it sure summons me a lot of minions, huh? So I have 8 on board. This is 10. This is 4 is 14. So we're 3 off lethal. I mean, if we had enough mana, certainly this would be fine. If If I Warglaves this and then go face, you'd have to run all these minions into that to clear it. I can't attack it, obviously. But I could get 2 more 2/2s out of this before trading it in. Oh, man. I guess I could also just glaive bound that and take smaller trades if I wanted to.
I grow impatient.
I feel like I'm giving my opponent some lethal outs here.
Vengeance is mine.
By doing this as well, though, is the scary thing. I think this is the right move. Basically, he's playing for like a top deck win here. He needs 3 damage, right? So well, there's no kill command in Even Hunter. There's no Leroy, so I don't know what his like burst damage outs are. But I kind of have to win the game next turn, which I mean this sets up to be right, especially with Priestess of Fury. Oh my god, he only got 2 damage. He's 1 damage off lethal. Wow. Oh my god. What a crazy game, dude. Oh, those are some tough decisions there. The way we had to kind of shift into defensive mode. I feel like one I-beam would have just opened that whole game up to not being so silly. All right, so again, I don't think we need Twin Slice in hand. Warlock. I don't know what Warlock's doing in the wild. Maybe discard zoo stuff, perhaps? It doesn't matter with this deck. We just seem to win anyway. You don't need to know anything about the format. You don't need to know any of your opponent's decks. You just play cards to go face, and it's like, hey, we win. Yay. Although, I guess last game, we did have to trade a fair bit and navigate some trickier situations, which can happen from time to time. And even the most aggro of decks, sometimes you still have to make tough decisions, right? So we could honestly kill this Malchezaar's Imp. How key is that to challenging our opponent's resources? I feel like it's honestly fairly important. I mean, I haven't really played against this deck lately, obviously, because I didn't even know it was going to be this. But I mean, in the olden days, certainly Malchezaar's Imp as the sort of engine for these decks was very powerful. And I think if we're forcing him to life tap to accrue resources instead of just naturally playing through his resources from his deck, that's good for us, right? Because that means essentially he's taking damage in order to accrue resources, which gives us much faster breakpoints. And even though I'm not hitting him in the face in proxy, if we expect this game to stretch on long enough, I kind of am hitting him in the face, right? Wow, that's a great, that's a great freaking turn too. Are you serious, man? Oh, and now there's 2 inside of this that he can discard again. Oh my god. This deck is bonkers, man. How does this deck exist, dude? Oh my god.
I grow impatient.
Wow, yeah, I'm just so checked here on my ability to do anything. God, what a turn 2, dude. Expired Merchant's such a cool card. You know, I think I'm just gonna have to eat that and set up for a play next turn. Kill what I can. I mean, clearly this is quite a risk, because if he can discard these again, kind of hoping he just spends 3 mana on one of them, which frankly is still annoying for me to deal with, but it's something I think I can navigate at least. We might have a swing turn in us with a Warglaves later if we stick in this long enough and just kind of play to our defensive positions here. He's playing for it. Oh, he missed it, but God, what a what a result. What a backup plan, right? Oh my God, this deck is broken, dude. This deck's crazy, man. This deck is actually insane, guys. What in the world?
I'll be a real knight.
One day I'll be a real knight. I'm getting murdered here. I've got to basically figure out a way to make Warglaves incredibly powerful and help me swing the board hard enough. But he's not going to run out of resources with the Hand of Gul'dan now. I was sort of playing for this resource game. It's like, nope. Okay, those are actually good discards for us. This minion is utter garbage. I can't deal with this minion. But those are good discards, at least. That's pretty handy. Putting this to 4 only really helps this breakpoint, but he's got the trade anyway, so I don't know, man. Warglaive sucks here. It's just really bad. I could go like Second Slice Hero Power to hit that down, but I need something else to do with my turn. I need like a Satyr Overseer or something. Maybe a Frozen Shadow Weaver. Oh my god. We're at 11 health, dude. What is this garbage, man? Wow. I don't really see a way out of this, right? I think we're doomed. I love Discard Warlock, by the way. I'm so excited to lose to this. If I'm going to lose anything, it's absolutely this. I think there's maybe an I-beam out. That ain't the out. So I'm technically alive by 1 on board. But I have no play next turn. Oh, alive. Yeah, right. Jeez, what a sick. This guy had the 1 bad discard. That was it. Everything else was nuts. Does that deck always play like that? Because that was sick. Man, I'm going to have to grind some Discard Warlock and Wild.
Class is in session.
All right, so Druid. Is Druid in like Malagos? Like Aviana Coon stuff? Kind of OTK thing? I don't know what Druid's about, but again, I want to find... I mean, that Lothab might be important if that's the case, but I think just hitting those early 1-drops is the key here. Guys, remember how Battlefiend used to be a 2/2? It's so insane, man. It's still so good as a 1/1. And it used to be a 2/2. That's just bonkers to me. I honestly cannot believe it. I think, again, the lowly squares are better to play early, and these are slightly better to play late, thanks to your Warglaives and stuff. So, if you ever have the choice between the two, I think that's the order you should go in. I mean, you can still, of course, play these. You don't have to save them for later, but, you know, if you're picking between the two, this seems to work to me. Now, I have no idea what to expect from Druid. I literally just don't have a clue. You saw me kind of guessing what my other opponents were doing. Druid, is he gonna Moonfire this or just take the damage to chip it down over 2 turns? Man, that would get punished pretty hard by a Beaming Sidekick. It also might just get punished by a Frozen Shadow Weaver, but I think it's more important for me to establish more damage through my hero power than try to like deny the ability to clear that. Like if he wants to take another 3 off of it, be my guest, right? Be my guest, be my guest. Down to 17, and it's turn 3, and I didn't even spend all my mana. I mean, did hero power a little life off, but oh my god, just hero powering again. This is unbelievable. Consume magic seems like it could be. This is degenerate. This is evil.